Gemini, hey, how are you? Gemini, welcome to your love messages for the first 10 days of July of 2022. My name is Antoine, and you guys, these messages are going to be for all placements of Gemini, um, as well as the Gemini lover if you're here, okay? So we're going to start with the Twin Flame Oracle by the Mystic Moon Oracle this time. Usually I use the Golden Twin Flame, but I'm interested in the perspective here. And then also we're going to clarify it with the Light Seers, all right? So Gemini, of course, I'm thanking you so much for your time. I do appreciate it. I value it so, so much. Thank you guys. What are the energies for Gemini, love, romance, and relationships for the first 10 days of July as we enter into July 2022? What are the messages for Gemini? Okay, I heard one more. All right, Gemini, let's see what's going on. Okay, so we have inner child. All right. And then under the deck here, we have barrier. All right. All right, Gemini, I honestly feel like this is going to be deep, but we're going to go ahead and get through it. Okay. So definitely I feel like there's some sort of correlation or connection with the way you have seen relationships play out in your childhood, um, up against like the relationships that you're dealing with now. It feels as though maybe you get to a certain place in relationships, but then there's this wall, there's this barrier, there's this door, this locked door that if only you had the key to it, you would have access into, the inner parts of someone. This could be a barrier that you're putting up so that nobody has access into a particular inner part of you because of, the triggering circumstances. You know what I'm saying? And now this doesn't even have to be, I mean, everybody's going to be dealing with this to different extremes. I always say that. So whether this is something that was like really traumatic that happened to you in childhood, or maybe if it just wasn't so traumatic, however, it still caused, you know, I guess a shift in however you look at relationships now. Whatever that was back then for you, it's whatever you're dealing with in your adult relationships now, it's really causing a block. Okay? And I also feel that because of the way that this card is faced, like you're gonna have to face your inner child. You know what I'm saying? So many of you are already doing that though. Many of you may already be like in therapy. Many of you may already be in like support groups or focus groups, just just for the camaraderie of it all at the very least. But even still, that only allows you to go so far because it's like, people start talking about stuff and then it's just like, oh, you gotta, it's really hard for you to hear those things. And again, excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm still getting over a cold. But in these energies though, it just feels as like you really are gonna have to like look at yourself like from your inner child because there's just something about relationships that's causing a block and it has to do with that. So I'm going to go ahead and go here with that storyline here, Gemini. If this is something that you can resonate to, then, we'll keep going. However, if this is something that you just feel that is just not your story, then, I definitely appreciate your time and hopefully we'll see you in the next one, okay? So, all right, let's go ahead and move forward. Let's clarify the energy here for Gemini. clarify this energy. Let's get one more shuffle. Okay. All right, so let's see here. We have the King of Wands at the base. Okay. We have the Tower. We have the Five of Swords. And then we have the Four of Swords. Okay, so listen, this is gonna sound really, really specific, and I probably will not get too specific with it, but I definitely will try to keep it cute for YouTube. I do feel like there's many of you, okay, because this King of Wands here, energy, Gemini, it represents, I feel like it represents a father archetype, okay? And it doesn't necessarily have to be male, okay, representation. It could be the other parent, but it is a masculine energy. I do feel like it's a father archetype, okay? Now, I do feel like there is a tower here, a tower moment here that's showing up in your past. So either something has happened to this particular parent, or for many of you, like, maybe there was like something that happened with them a long time ago that either changed a lot of things for you and for your experiences and love and maybe even sex. You know what I'm saying? And so this is that moment where I said, like, I'm really trying to be really delicate while I'm speaking about this, because I understand different people have different experiences. So, yeah, that happened. You know what I mean? Whatever that was. And to be honest with you, with this Five of Swords energy, it's fucked with your mind. I'm sorry, y'all. It's fucked with y'all's mind. You can't even have a positive relationship with someone in adulthood because of the blockages. This is where the blockages are being represented here. I see it. Based off of what happened to you either in the past or in your childhood, or things that you saw in your childhood. It didn't, like I said, it didn't mean that it happened to you, but maybe there's certain things that you saw, okay, that just really warps your whole mindset when it comes to relationships and even social interactions in general sometimes, probably. Okay. I feel like with this Four of Swords energy, first of all, it feels like you're more comfortable alone anyways. And that's because when you're alone, there's no one there to judge you. When you're alone, there's no one there to hurt you. There's no one there to say bad things to you. There's no one to, mind fuck you or worse, you know? But you kind of do it to yourself still. So even that's not true. You understand what I mean? But with this Four of Swords energy, it's like, this is what you need. You really actually need to just, the alone part I get, but now you need to rest your mind. There's some meditation here, okay? There's some healing. And so, like I said, counseling maybe even will help a lot with this. Like if it's all balled up and pent up, you need to pull out them strings, you know what I'm saying? And let your heart breathe, you know what I mean? With someone, express it outwardly and then give it up. Even if it's like, in the traditional Four of Swords deck, I see, when he's all like laid down like this, it's like I feel like he's in his prayer closet. So I say like that sometimes. So some of you may be doing that, or maybe needing to do that to get in touch with that inner child, because there's a lot of healing. There's a lot of healing, and probably a lot of healing, and it's so much healing that needs to be involved here in this situation. I'm not even qualified to even go there, but I know that it's there. I can see it. I can see that. But for whatever your own individual experiences are, I definitely would suggest to seek some counseling. You know what I'm saying? Or talk to somebody. Open up, because you got all of that weighing on you, and it's creating these blockages in your relationships. You can't move forward, or you can't move past a certain point, or someone can't move past a certain point with you every time. All right, so let's see. Under the deck, the Three of Cups. Yeah. Okay, so with the Three of Cups, exactly what I said. Just you need to open up your social circle a little bit. I mean, listen, everybody's situation doesn't have to be solved with counseling. I just always say I suggest counseling because, in my personal experience, it's worked for me. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I can say that. But for everybody who may not necessarily want to do that, this is an option as well. Just talk to your friends. You know what I'm saying? Um, Now, not the messy friends, like the real ones, the ones that's not gonna judge you, and the ones that's not gonna, undercut you or nothing like that. You know, open up. And even if you like, I think I mentioned a support group earlier. Like, even if you don't want to talk to your friends, like maybe there's people that you can talk to who will understand. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and keep going. So, okay. So in between this Five of Swords here and the Tower, what's going on here? What's your mind like? Because I see your mind is just stressed. Okay, Two of Pentacles. All right. So it's like at this point, it's like relationships aren't working, or there's this blockage that you're having in relationships. So I think at this point, you're starting to internalize and like, okay, well, is it me? You know what I mean? Or is it them? Um, and it's also like, it's a question of, it's almost a question of like, do you even feel like your relationship material or your relationship worthy? You know what I'm saying? It's like I feel you juggling that and balancing that in your head. It's something that you kind of go back and forth with. And so, like, even when you do enter into relationships, it's like you still have that going on in the back of your mind. Even though you may be excited about the possibility of a new potential relationship, it's also this anxiety about, oh, well, how long until that, fucks up, or how long until, am I really worthy of it? You know what I'm saying? So it's it's a little deep there, which I kind of knew that this might be a little layered. So let's go ahead and keep going. Let's look at the Tower here, between the Tower and the King of Wands. What's going on down here? Okay, see the Four of Cups. Yeah. Yeah, there's just simply unfulfillment in your relationship. It feels like whatever somebody did to you or whatever you saw in your past, it just ruined it for you. It ruined sex for you. It ruined relationships for you. It just ruined things. Like you've never been the same again. Mm. Mm, 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 mm. I can't. I don't know if I can get any. That's the clearest message there that Spirit has for me. Let's move on. So from the King of Wands to the Four of Swords here, let's go ahead and see what's next in your current environment. The Knight of Cups. So yeah, so there is someone that you're connecting with, and I felt that. So there is someone that you're possibly connecting with here at this time here with the Knight of Cups in your current environment. You are looking at the situation like, dang, am I worthy of being in this situation again? Because whoever this person is like you like them, but there's this anxiety, you know? Maybe you're scared. Maybe you don't know if you this person if you're enough, if you're attractive enough. It's like you're questioning why this person is in your on your radar. You know, why are you showing, you know what I mean? It's like it's genuinely someone trying to step to you romantically, Gemini. There really is. But I also feel like based off of things that maybe happened to you or things that you saw growing up in your childhood, maybe from your father or maybe from um, past, past relationships with this King of Wands energy, depending on who that particular King of Wands was, like I said, in the things they did or the things they wanted out of you, it's like maybe it just ruined relationships for you. And so it's like this person here is kind of an uphill battle with you, but they're still wanting to express themselves to you. Okay. And you may not even see it. You may not even really notice it. Some of you do, but with this Four of Swords energy, you might not even know who this person is yet because they may not have even stepped to you yet, but someone is trying to. And for those of you who already know who I'm talking about, then it's like this Four of Swords energy is like, it's like you're not really giving them too much of the time of day. Maybe not until really you see something different or something that really, really interests you about them, or maybe they just haven't plucked that particular string yet that will get your attention from them in that way. But someone is there, Gemini. We're going to go ahead and move forward into the Four of Swords energy between Four of Swords and the Five of Swords and see what's here. The Five of Wands. Yeah. So this so maybe some of you, okay, yeah, some of you, oh wow, some of you are coming fresh out of a situation that didn't advance. And so all of these energies are like really, really fresh. And although you have other options, it's like you're trying to, you maybe want to feel like you just want to take a rest. Excuse me. And I agree. Because Gemini, there is definitely a lot of inner work, a lot of inner work that needs to be cleared up and cleared out before this barrier can open. You understand what I mean? Let's go on and see what's under the deck here. The World. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of energy that you got to, there's still some things that you need to conclude, some things that you need to clear up. Okay? What was the next card? The Two of Wands. All right? And it's okay. I see you dreaming. I see you wanting the life that you want. I see you seeing that for yourself. And that's good. And that's good because that's a goal to work towards. You know what I mean? Being able to finally really open up yourself and give yourself truly to someone, that's a big deal to you. The problem is that your idea of sex and love and relationships at this point may just be so warped that nobody can really fill those shoes. Okay, and so that's the type of work that you and nobody's like kink shaming you or nothing like that. Trust me, I would never kink shame nobody, but I do feel like it's to that extreme as well. Like now maybe there's certain kinks and things, certain things that get you off in a particular different type of way that you don't know if it's gonna be people that really be into that. But I don't know. You never know. You never know. um So I see the type of conflict that is creating within yourself. I definitely understand. All right. And again, many of you are just taking a break right now from relationships, period, or you're not really giving somebody a particular answer who is trying to step forward to you. All right. Um, Again, I will say this: counseling helps. Like professional counseling helps. I am a personal advocate for it. All right, you don't have to go do that, but I'm just saying I'm a personal advocate for it. Okay. So, with that being said, Gemini, I'm gonna go ahead and let the message go. I really, really hope that things look a little bit brighter and clearer for you the next time. Okay, so um, yeah, just take care, you guys. All right. Thank you so much for your energy and your support. You guys, bye.